Baba Saheb Ambedkar, the chief architect of the Indian Constitution. Dr. Ambedkar dedicated his life to the cause of the downtrodden in their struggle for equality and justice. Born of humble parents, Bhim Rao was the 14th child of an army subedar. From his early years, he suffered the torments of the caste system. Bhim Rao had his primary schooling at Dapoli in Konkan district and at Satara. Everywhere he was subjected to the sting of caste discrimination, but he persevered in his quest for learning. The family moved to Bombay. Though burdened by privations, Ambedkar finally moved on from school to college, aided by a scholarship. Exemplary in his studies, conduct and character, Ambedkar won high praise from the principal of the Elphinstone College, from where he graduated in 1912. Sri Sayaji Rao Gaikwad of Baroda renewed Ambedkar's scholarship. He went to Columbia University in New York. He earned a master's degree in economics and later a doctorate. Back in India, Ambedkar joined the staff of Sydenham College. A short stint of service helped him save money to complete his studies both in economics and law in England. Family responsibilities on the one hand, the struggle for emancipation on the other. Undaunted by adversities, Ambedkar, now a barrister, enrolled at the Bombay High Court in 1924. As a member of the Bombay Legislative Assembly, an active public career was already in the making. Ambedkar's life came to be linked with the cause of the depressed classes, who were suffering not only the pangs of hunger, but also the utter misery of humiliation. It was time for direct action. A public tank at Mahad in Kolaba district of Maharashtra was claimed by caste Hindus as private property. Harijans were being denied their civic rights of drawing water from this pond. In 1927, Ambedkar and his followers led a satyagraha to protest against this unjust practice. A long drawn-out legal battle followed. Finally, the courts upheld the demand of the Harijans, a victory for Ambedkar. In his continuous crusade against untouchability, Ambedkar started a series of journals to wage war against the caste system. In a Marathi fortnightly, Bahishkrit Bharat, Ambedkar issued an editorial notice to the Hindu Dharma to reform itself. Among the various appointments Ambedkar held early in his career was that of principal of the Government Law College in Bombay, a tribute to his intellectual caliber. For the emancipation of women, in those days of hidebound tradition, Ambedkar initiated various movements. A Harijan wedding, conducted according to Vedic rites by a Brahmin Purohit, symbolized the assertion of the right of the depressed classes to be treated as equals. Dr. Ambedkar now emerged as the undisputed leader of the depressed classes. To one and all, he became Baba Saheb. Ambedkar's house in Bombay, Rajgrah, was to become the center of many of its activities. Ambedkar was a keen collector of books. All his leisure hours were spent in reading and writing. He has 11 major works and many other publications to his credit. The area of activities was constantly widening, and in each sphere, Ambedkar brought together a band of dedicated workers to fight for economic and social justice. The temple entry movement was launched to assert the equality of all castes in the eyes of God. In 1930, Ambedkar organized a march to the Kalaram temple at Nasik in Maharashtra. The Janata, a people's weekly, was established in the same year to advocate social equality. Ambedkar was a delegate to all the 3 sessions of the Round Table Conference in London. Here he demanded separate electorates for the Harijans. The result was the announcement of the Communal Award in August of 1932. Ambedkar had to face a resolute Gandhi who declared that he would resist with his life the award of separate electorates to the Harijans. The fast unto death undertaken by the Mahatma led to the signing of the Poona Pact. Seats for Harijans were reserved in general constituencies. Ambedkar, at a public meeting, declared that the shackles of the caste system left no alternative for the sufferers except to walk out of Hinduism. Ambedkar's stature in the political field was steadily growing. He was appointed a member of the Viceroy's Executive Council. He utilized this opportunity to promote the welfare of the depressed classes in various ways. Among benefits that accrued under the new schemes were adequate allocation of central funds for education and reservation of government jobs for the backward classes. In 1945, Baba Saheb founded the People's Education Society, which established a number of educational institutions for scheduled caste students. As an educationist, Ambedkar was fully aware of the importance of learning for emancipation. The curse of the caste system had condemned the depressed classes to ignorance and degradation. Ambedkar donated his large collection of books to the Siddharth College, Bombay, to help the generations to come. On the national scene, the struggle for independence was entering a final phase. The Cripps mission explored the possibilities of settling the Indian political problem. The mission was a failure, with almost all leaders turning down the proposals. Dr. Ambedkar, representing the depressed classes, also rejected the scheme. Mahatma Gandhi called the Cripps offer a post-dated check. Finally, in 1946, the British Cabinet mission arrived to discuss plans for the transfer of power. An interim government was to be set up and a constituent assembly formed to draw up the Constitution of Independent India. Dr. Ambedkar was elected to the Constituent Assembly from Bengal. In August of 1947, the Constituent Assembly set up a drafting committee to draw up the Constitution, with Law Minister Ambedkar as chairman. Speaking in the Constituent Assembly, Dr. Ambedkar said,
"So far as the ultimate goal is concerned, I think none of us need have any apprehension. None of us need have any doubt. But my fear, which I must express clearly, is this. Our difficulty, as I said, is not about the ultimate future. Our difficulty is how to make the heterogeneous mass that we have today take a decision in common and march in a cooperative way on that road which is bound to lead us to unity. Our difficulty is not with regard to the ultimate. Our difficulty is with regard to the beginning. Mr. Chairman, therefore, I like a strong, united center.
The Constituent Assembly passed the Constitution of India after 3 readings. Ever since independence, the nation has pursued the goal of social and economic justice, especially for the depressed classes. Untouchability stands abolished, and any imposition of disability on this account is an offence. Here is a center for special training of scheduled caste students appearing for the Indian Administrative Service examinations. The Republic of India had Dr. Ambedkar as the first law minister. As Union Law Minister, Dr. Ambedkar sought to pilot the Hindu Code Bill to ensure uniformity of the law throughout the country and to reform social and religious practices. Failing in this mission, Dr. Ambedkar resigned from the Union Cabinet on September the 27th, 1951. Recognizing Dr. Ambedkar's role as a constitutional expert, Columbia University honored him with a doctorate of law. The call of the Buddha had retained its special appeal for Baba Saheb Ambedkar ever since his formative years. He now turned to the Buddha to seek a new path. 1956 was the 2500th anniversary of the Mahaparinirvan of Lord Buddha. On the 14th of October, the day of Dasera, Ambedkar embraced Buddhism. The years of toil and relentless struggle now made their claim on Baba Saheb's health. The end came in Delhi on the 6th of December 1956 at the age of 65. In Bombay, a vast sea of mourners thronged the route of the last journey of Baba Saheb Ambedkar. The underprivileged had lost their beloved leader. In the struggle for social and economic justice, in the history of India, Baba Saheb Ambedkar will always be remembered as a great emancipator.